What is up, guys? Nick here from Everything Tech, and welcome to this iPhone 5 versus iPhone 5S versus iPhone SE versus iPhone 6S, or you could say the 6S Plus in this scenario, on iOS 10.2. Let's find out which one comes out on top. Let's go. So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech. First of all, Merry Christmas to you and your family if you're in the US. If you're not, well, I hope you're having a great morning, great evening, great afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to this iOS comparison where we're going to compare all these guys on iOS 10.2. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and show you that all iPhones are in fact running iOS 10.2 on each device. So let me go ahead and fire them all up into About section. And you can see this is the iPhone 5, and you can tell it's the iPhone 5 from the whole, single LED flash right there. You can see iOS 10.2 14C92 for the iPhone 5. Now, on the iPhone 5S, you can tell this is the iPhone 5S. Why? Dual tone LED flash, fingerprint scanner, no SE badge right there. Let's go into the About section one more time and show you iOS 10.2 14C92. I'm just doing this confirmation because I want you guys to know that we are running iOS 10.2 on all these iPhones. There you can see iPhone SE right there. Yes, a little bit banged up. That's okay. You can see right there iOS 10.2. Now, iPhone 6S Plus, how can you tell? Just look how big it is next to those iPhones right there. S badge right there, iPhone 6S Plus. You can see iOS 10.2 14C92. Now the first thing we're going to do is begin with a boot up test. I don't have a fourth USB cord, so I'm going to try my best. The lights are going to shut off for just a second while these guys boot up and I try to hold the power button as similarly as close as possible to the same time. So let's get into that. Alright guys, so you can see that the lights are now off. I'm going to go ahead and try to flick the switch and turn this on at the same time. Here we go in 3, 2, and let's go. So you should see that was about even for all of them. Let's see which one gets there first. My guess is iPhone SE, 6S Plus, 5S, and then the 5. But let's see what happens right here. Now, while we're talking, iPhone 5, 1 GB of RAM, Apple A6 chipset, 1.3 gigahertz. iPhone 5S, Apple iPhone, A7 chipset, 1.3 gigahertz. The iPhone 6S Plus is first to the home screen there. Forgot to turn the passcode off, but we're in there. Then the SE was second. So iPhone SE has an Apple A9 CPU, also clocked in at 1.85 gigahertz, and the A9 as well here on the iPhone 6S. So these are very similar, but the reason I wanted to do this comparison is because this has a 1080p display, and someone said that this is more like the A10, which I disagree with. It's a different, nanometer processing structure in terms of the processor. For all that geek specs, it's a different processor, the A10. It's an upgraded processor. It's not the same. But people say, well, it doesn't have the 1080p resolution, so it's like the A10. Not necessarily. It's just not the same. So 2 GB of RAM here on the iPhone 6S Plus. 2 GB of RAM here on the SE and 1 gig on both of these. But iOS is a highly optimized device. And you know what we're going to do? We always do it around here. We're going to do the app test on all of these guys. All right, guys, so let's begin with a application speed test just to see how they open up. I'm going to show you that all apps are closed on all 4 devices here. So let's go ahead and try to open them back up here. And I'm going to begin with the calendar on all devices over here. So in 3, 2, let's go. And you can see it looked like the iPhone SE, 5S, 6S Plus, and 5. Let me know what you thought down below. Let's hit the home button and see which one gets there first. 3, 2, let's go. And very strangely, but it looked like the iPhone 5, 5S, SE, and then 6S Plus. So it kind of went that way. Let me know what you thought on that one. Let's go ahead and go into the weather on all 4 devices in 3, 2, let's go. And you can see iPhone 6S Plus, iPhone SE, iPhone 5S, and then the 5. What about scrolling? So scrolling on all devices is about the same. You're not going to notice much different depending on any of these devices you use in terms of scrolling in system-based applications. So iOS itself is highly optimized on all of these. Even the old school boy, the iPhone 5, still hanging in there, still usable, surprisingly, but still usable here in the year of 2016 going into 17. Let's go ahead and open the cameras on all these devices. In 3, 2, let's go. And you can see iPhone 6s Plus, SE, 5s, and then 5. So nice stuff, 6s Plus there. Let's go down in 3, 2, let's go. And it looks like the 5s, SE, 6s Plus. So very strange. So it looks like going back to the springboard is the 5 first. Very weird. We got 2 gigs of RAM. We got A9 CPU over here, but the iPhone 5 is going back first. So, you know, got to give it credit where credit's due. Good job, iPhone 5. But I mean, it's still not the fastest phone on the table here, but it still did pretty well in that test. So let's try to open Pixlr on all of these devices at the same time. This is a third-party app, so we can really test the horsepower here. Let's go ahead and go in 3, 2, and let's go. And it looks like we have, that's my sister, by the way. She kind of looks like me. Hello. But you can see, I don't even know which one that was. You guys can let me know down below in the comments. To me, it looked like the 5S appeared first, then the 6S Plus, SE, and 5. I wasn't really paying attention, but, you know, let me know which one appeared first on Pixlr down below. Let's go home here. And once again, 5 and 5S, home back to the home screen first. Probably, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because we got 1080p over here on the iPhone 6s Plus, or what's the deal there? But in terms of multitasking on iOS 10.2, they are all very good here. I mean, even the 5 works pretty well on multitasking, to be honest with you. Let's go on the calendar. And you can see they all just open the apps up like they're nothing. Very optimized, very nice stuff for all devices here. Let's go into the weather on all these devices. Let's go. About the same there. You see held in the background just fine. So very cool to see that iPhone 5 can still keep up with these newer iPhones in terms of just the system apps. It's not going to keep up in exporting and rendering files and things like that. But in a lot of other areas, just system-based stuff, if that's all you use is the core applications, you'll be fine here on the iPhone 5 here still, even if you have one and that's all you got right now. Let's go into camera on all these devices. You could see iPhone 6s Plus, 5s, SE, and then 5. So it does vary, you know, they're opening apps at different times here, but let's try something else. Let's try the Canva application here. So let me find Canva here on the iPhone SE and move it over for this test really quickly here. So we have Canva here on these devices. Let me move this over here, make it easier for me to make this tap more accurate. Let's put that right there. And let's go ahead. No, don't do that to me, 5S. I know you're in a rush, but slow down, boy. Slow down, boy. Yeah, I can sing. Don't judge me. Let's go to Canva here in 3, 2, and let's go. And you can see iPhone 6s Plus, SE, 5s, then 5. So that's the kind of test that I thought we were going to see most of the time. Let's go home here and let's just look at the scrolling speed of multitasking. So do we see any hiccup there on the SE? Nope. Any hiccup there on the 6s Plus? Nope. Any hiccup there on the 5s? Not really, but the 5S doesn't feel as fast, I would say, as these two. It's just, there's a little, it's very slight, but a very slight frame rate difference, and same here on the 5. So I feel like it's a little bit faster here on the SE. Really hard to tell this, but if you play with them in real life, you will be able to see that. So let's go home here, and you can see that 6S Plus is the slowest back to the home screen. Let's go ahead and try the App Store in 3, in 2, and let's go. Looks like the iPhone, what? Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? iPhone 5, what? iPhone SE, 6S Plus, and then the 5S. So the 5 said, well, what were you saying to me, Nick? What were you saying about me? I could still open some applications up. So when you're actually in the, you know, the App Store itself on this latest iOS 10.2, it's pretty smooth on like all of these iPhones here. Where you're really going to notice the speed increase on the A9, on the 6S Plus, and the SE is into, when you get into like more, it's just an overall feeling, like, you know, you feel it throughout the UI. The more you use it, you'll see little glitches and hangs here. Like when you're loading an app, for example, you want to read the reviews here. So you see we're waiting, and now they pop up. Now, if you load that same app here on the SE, you can see, bam, here's the reviews. Let them load for just a second. And there's the review. So it's a little bit quicker there on the SE. 5S. loaded up right away. So sometimes that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like things just fly open here on A9. It kind of showed me up right there. But in day-to-day uses, it's just flying in between apps. On the A9, it just feels much quicker. Let's go ahead and try a browser test on all three of these devices. I'm going to line up these up. I'm going to go to apple.com since we're talking about Apple devices here. Let's just go to apple.com on here. Let's type in apple.com on here. And let's type in apple.com on the iPhone SE here. And let's go here and type in apple.com here. So let's try to hit go on all these devices in 3, 2, let's go. Missed it there on the 5S, but it looks like the 6S Plus was blazing there. Behind was the SE, and the 5 was only slightly behind. Let's just go ahead and click a link. This should be a lot easier. Let's just click a link here. Let's go to the iPad Pro supercomputer here. I clicked it on all of them, I believe. iPhone 5 was there really quickly, and then the iPhone 6S Plus, as well as the SE. So if you look here, for those people who have an older iPhone 5, look at this. I mean, this thing still runs very smooth. We can bring it up here next to the iPhone 5S, and you can see both still run very highly optimized. You could bring the iPhone 5 up here next to the 6S Plus. 6S Plus, not as choppy. As you can see, there's a little bit of chop there on the iPhone 5, where it's just much buttery smoother there on the iPhone 6S Plus. Next to the SE, this is going to be your great upgrade if you want to upgrade. This is pretty much like this phone right here. SE is a lot like the 6S Plus. So in terms of everyday use, these phones are still very highly optimized here. If you guys were wondering about updating your device on iOS 10.2 to for the iPhone 5, or if you were wondering about updating your device to 10.2 on the iPhone 5S or the SE or the 6S Plus, go ahead and do it. They run pretty great on all of these devices right here. And I'm pretty much going to end the speed test here. I don't want to do too many more apps. It's a little bit difficult to hit them correctly, but this was a non-scientific test, but just showing you how well iOS 10.2 is performing on all devices. It was really hard to see much of a difference here, but I can tell you in the real world, the A9 CPU just blazes through everything that you throw at it. You really never, ever notice a hiccup. It feels like almost a perfect device in terms of app opening times. Whereas on the 5S, when you're doing heavier things like exporting movies, as well as playing heavier in-demand games, you will notice it's a little bit of a slower device. And sometimes when you're really running it heavy, it will get a little bit laggy. Not laggy, a little bit slow. I just say slow, not laggy. Now the 5, I haven't noticed much chop on this one either. I just noticed that this one takes a little bit longer to download stuff, export stuff, play games don't look as good, graphics don't look as good on the iPhone 5 anymore. But I'm telling you, probably the best iPhone here for your money right now on this table is the iPhone SE, hands down. You can get a second rate for under $300 now, and it's just really blazing fast. Still has the classic design of the iPhone 5S if you enjoy it. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap this one up of the iPhone 5 versus the iPhone 5S versus the iPhone SE versus the iPhone 6S. I hope this helped you guys out in your research, whether you wanted to download iOS 10.2 for one of these devices, or you just wanted to see these guys battle each other because you're looking for an iPhone and you might want to get an iPhone, and one of these guys is one that is on your radar. And anyways, if you enjoyed this just for entertainment, do me a favor, click the like button for me, subscribe to the channel for more technology videos like this.